All right, so here we are in Bambu Studio. We're going to import the artwork that we meticulously created in CorelDRAW for our keychain, and we will show you how easy it is to create our 3D model. So we're going to first of all import the artwork in question. Now this artwork has a fair number of components, so we're going to have to walk through this just step by step. So firstly, I want to talk about the fact that when we import an SVG into Bambu Studio, it always comes in 10 millimeters thick, and it always comes in at one color. So you can see we have lots of objects in our design here, so we're going to have to kind of recolor things and make things where they make sense. But first things first, I'm going to make my keychain 6 millimeters thick. All right, and then we're going to rename these components here. So this, for example, is our background. So we'll call it background. It'll just help us along the way here when we get into creating our 3D model a little bit more. And then this is going to be our key tag. And then this is going to be, what is that going to be? That is going to be a white stroke. And so let's make it white by hitting the 2 key on our keyboard to define our second filament. And this is going to be a white stroke. So it can be 2 as well. And then that is going to be, I'll call it our white bar. It's where our corrections text sits on top of. So we'll call that white as well. What else we got? Stars. Those are white. What is that? Oh, that's a lonely star. That's what that is. So we'll make that white as well. So that is a center bar. Okay, and that is white. And let's make it gray, just so we could see the difference here. And those are bars, which will be white. And then we have our star, center star. And then we have our corrections text. And then we have our inscription. Okay, so there we go. So that our inscription is going to be white, our corrections text is going to be green, our center star is going to be white, and there we go. So now we kind of have things moving and shaking here. Okay, so the main background is 6 millimeters thick, and that's fine. We can leave that like that. Now the white strokes are going to be 2 millimeters thick. Okay. And those are going to sit on top of the 6 millimeter. So we're going to change the Z height. So it needs to be 6 plus half of 2, which is 1. 6 and 1 is 7. So the world coordinates for our white pieces should be 7. Now something doesn't look right away. So let's see here. There's our white stroke. There we go. Now we can do world coordinates, and we'll set that to 7. And that looks like, that looks right, but I don't know about that being 2 millimeters thick now. Maybe I only want it 1 millimeter thick. In which case, the Z height should only be 6.5. I think I like that better. So we'll do that. We'll do 6.5. Okay? So you see it come together? So we'll go ahead and turn this around. Go back to top here. There we go. All right. So that's the white stroke. And then another white stroke. We will make that 1.5. And then again, we're going to set the Z height on that to be 6.5. And I'll be happy with that. Okay. So what do we want to move next? The key tag in the background we don't have to mess with. The white bar. okay, the white bar. That can be, we can leave that at 2, and we'll move, we will change the Z height to 7. That'll move that up. Okay, so now you can kind of see what that looks like. And I don't know. I don't know if I really want it 2 thickness. Let's make that white bar. Let's go ahead and make it 1. Let's just do 1. That, well, let's go ahead and make it 2. Yeah, let's do 2. We're going to do 2 on that one. And so then the Z height on that probably is set correct then at 7. Yes. So now let's go to our corrections text here, because we'll put that, first of all, we'll make that 1, and we're going to put that at the proper Z height. So first of all, the part needs to be 1 millimeter, but then the Z height needs to be at 6.5. No, it doesn't. So that's 7. The Z height has to be 8.5, and then that will sit directly on the white bar there. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here, but you can see that that text is not, the corrections text does not look very nice. And I don't know if it's because it's so small, if that's why it doesn't look very nice, or if it just didn't get converted very well in Inkscape. But we will have to certainly take a look at that when we go to slice this. So let's keep moving here though. So our stars will be 1 millimeter thick, and those will have to be sitting on top of our green. So those will be at 6.5 Z height. And then we have our other star. That too has to be 1 and sitting at 6.5. And then we'll have our center bar. I want to have that at 2. So we are going to make that thicker. And so that puts that world coordinate at 7, because that's going to sit right on top of green. Okay, and this is probably the most difficult part of this whole thing, is understanding the various Z heights. That center bar, don't really like that. I want that center bar to be maybe, I'm not sure, maybe the same height as this. But let's go back to the center bar, because it's not where I want it. That's the center bar. Let's see here. For thickness, we have it set at 7. No, we don't want that at 7. We want that at 2. But the Z height, we want it at 7. Now that I can live with. Yes, the Z height we could have at 7. Okay, so now let's go to our center star, and let's change its thickness to 2, and then its position to 7, because the green star is going to, or the white star is going to sit right on our green background, so that would be at 7. Okay, and I'm happy with that. All right, so think. Oh, we gotta do our white bar. That's already done. Center stars, our bars though, those have to be, let's make those 1, which would make the Z height be 6.5. All right. So that looks pretty good. So then that only leaves the inscription. So that is going to be 2. Let's just make that 2. And that Z height has to be at 1. Okay. Now, in theory, this should all match up here. So let's go ahead and slice the plate and see what kind of mess we made. We're going to see if we get any error messages. That's one of the key components here. So no error messages. It says the slice was okay. The text here, I am going to go back into Inkscape and fix the text because I am not happy with that. It looks, so you can see it looks a little rugged there. But everything else looks like it's going to slice okay. And then we can flip it over and then you could see, may the force be with you, our inscription on the back there. So that all looks correct. Yeah, that all looks correct. I see we're using a 0.2 nozzle. I was like, what in the world's going on here? But yes, we're using a 0.2 nozzle. So let's go ahead and reslice that, because that will make a big difference in how this ultimately looks. That's more like what I expected it to look like. And you can see by doing that, we dropped our corrections text. And these stars are really little bitty. So because it's so small and that corrections text was so skinny, that's why it looked a little bit strange here in our slicer. So we may have to settle for that 0.2 nozzle, or we could adjust our layer height. There, there's some other things that we could have done to play around with the slicing results. But at least you have a general idea of how we've taken all those components, those parts and pieces that we created in CorelDRAW to ultimately create our 3D model here. And of course, we have our inscription there on the back as well. So I hope this kind of helps you with that workflow and just kind of gets your mind thinking a little bit differently of creating your artwork in some type of vector graphics application, saving it as a SVG, and then bringing that into Bambu Studio to actually create your 3D models. Thanks for watching.